door. Let him in.
Oh! Hi, Christy.
Hi, Mr. Claus.
How you doing?
Good.
I heard you were a very good girl this year.
Thank you. Where did sleigh go?
Well, the sleigh's up at the North Pole, but I had to take the Lehigh Valley shuttle down, and then I got a rental car, and then I drove over here because I have some other kids to see around the area.
Cool.
Is it all right if I come in?
Yeah.
I have something little for you, too.
Thank you for the
Hi, Santa Claus.
Hi, how you doing? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas,
Chris.
Santa.
How you
Very
doing?
Good.
It's that.
Huh? It is. And you know something? I think I have something in here for you. Because you were a really good girl this year. And it's something that I'm going to give you an idea. It's something for tomorrow. You're having
A job there?
a job fair tomorrow.
Thank you.
So we'll just have to see. Why don't we come inside? You know what? It's really hot down here. Would it be all right if I take my jacket off?
Yeah.
Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Great. And I'm going to sit down right beside you. Is that
We're
cool?
watching.
What are you watching?
We're watching the Florida thing for when I go to Disney World.
Oh, are you going to Disney World? When are you going to Disney World?
When my dad said, my mom and my dad said when I'm like 8.5 years old.
Oh, okay. You know what? At Disney World, at the Epcot Center, they have Santas from around the world there. From all the different countries, the different people that do Santa Claus.
Wait, there's a lot of different types of Santa?
Oh yeah, every country has different Santas.
Is there, each country, does it have a different color Santa?
Yeah, the English Santa, I believe, sort of wears green.
Yeah, I always thought that there was a green one.
Yeah, yeah. Would you like to hear a story about my great-great-great-grandfather Santa Claus and how he got started? Okay, well what happened was, this is a very, very long time ago, and he decided one time he was going to take Mrs. Claus and him to where he was raised, and he was raised in an orphanage. And the orphanage was all the way across this big lake, okay? The only way to get there was by rowboat. So what he had to do was they had to climb in the rowboat. It took about 8 hours to get there.
Wow.
It was a long trip. So they got in the rowboat, and you can actually help me on this. They started rowing across the lake. Okay, you can row? Can you row? Okay. They're
Not
rowing.
dull, roll.
Yeah, they're rowing across the boat. Okay, and they get about halfway across, and the waves start picking up, and the boat starts waving around a little bit.
Did they fall into the water?
You'll find out. You're very, very observant, though. They could have. So they keep going, and all of a sudden the waves are coming, and it gets more and more weighty, and poof, the boat flips over. And you're right, Santa and Mrs. Claus fell in the water. They grabbed hold of the boat, and they were holding onto the boat for as long as they could. And all of a sudden, they just drank too much water, and they fell asleep. Well, they washed up on the other side of the lake,
Wow.
and Santa Claus woke up, and he was in this little house. He was like, wow, where am I? I've never seen this house before. I don't know where I'm at. Last thing I knew, I was in the boat. He goes, I don't know what's happening. So then he was thinking, and he looked ahead because he was laying in his bed. And he looked at that wall, and from the floor to the ceiling was nothing but toys. Toys everywhere. He was like, wow. And all of a sudden, just at that time, a little fellow came running across. He was startled. He was like, I wonder what that was. And then all of a sudden, another little fella came over the other way. He was like, oh my gosh. He said, I've heard of these guys, and I've heard them in storybooks, but I've never seen one. What do you think he saw?
An elf.
He did. It was an elf. So he stopped one of them because the third one came in. He said, hold it, what are you guys? And he says, I never seen you guys before. He says, we're elves. He says, oh my gosh, I've heard of you, but I've never seen any of you. So he goes, oh my gosh. So he looked over on this wall, and the same thing, nothing but toys from the ceiling to the floor. He looked over at that wall, the same thing. From the floor to the ceiling, nothing but toys. He was like, oh my gosh. He says, I got a question for you guys. He says, how come all these toys are sitting here? He says, when we were boys and girls at the orphanage, we never had any toys. Well, the elf said, well, God gives everybody gifts and talents. And special, like, things that gives them something to do later on. And they said, our gift and talent is to make toys. But he says, we're little, and we can't carry these things anywhere. So we make them and we just store them in our house. Santa Claus said, wow, well that's something. He says, I'm pretty big. He says, I could maybe take them to where I'm going. He says, I don't know how to get them there. And he looked out the window, and out the window, he saw a sleigh. He says, oh. He said, I could put them in the sleigh, and I could take them that way, but how could I move the sleigh? And he looked out the window again, and what do you think he saw jumping around?
Reindeer.
Right, that's where the reindeer came in. So, he gets the reindeer, he gets this idea, he says, I can hook the reindeer to the sleigh. The reindeer can pull the sleigh. That's how I can get the toys to all the boys and girls at the orphanage. He said, but you know what? He says, I'm not really well yet, and I gotta do it on the right day. He says, I just don't know what day to do it. So he's thinking, he goes, I got the perfect day. So he decided a day. What day did he decide?
December 25th.
That's the day he wanted to deliver them, so he was going to do it on December 24th. And why do you think he picked December 25th?
Because it was his birthday?
It's not his birthday, but it was somebody else's birthday. It was Jesus Christ. Have you ever heard of him? Well, Jesus Christ was God's son, and he was born on Christmas Day. So that was the best gift that God gave us. So on Christmas, because of Christ, that's why it's called Christmas, Santa Claus gives all the gifts away.
Cool.
Isn't that something? And it's so neat during this time of year because everybody sort of loves everybody. And it's really nice to everybody, aren't they? Aren't they a little bit nicer?
Yeah.
They're not as mean to everybody,
Yeah,
aren't they?
so then you give him presents?
Well, yeah, if you're good.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're bad. And we know that. But I've heard you were a really good girl. But sometimes when you do misbehave and when you do some things wrong and you may be punished, that's not real fun, is it? No. But the most important thing about that is your mom and dad will punish you, but they don't really want to. They just want to sort of teach you how to not do it again, okay? So the best way to learn sometimes when you're punished is to be punished. Well, when you do something bad, is to be punished, and then you won't do it again because you don't want to get like time out or something like that.
Yeah, and
right?
if the same thing happens to you.
Right. So you learn from that, right? Yeah. Okay. Would you like to see what I brought you? I bet you're really antsy, aren't you?
I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
The police outfit.
I don't know. We'll have to see. My bells sometimes get all twisted together.
Whoa, that's a huge present.
It is. I had it protected with some plastic there. Here you go. Let's see. I don't know which. Oh, that's probably the way you want to open it. Okay. It's pretty hard, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe he has to.
I think Mommy's getting the scissors, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's like, really. Boy, those elves really packaged that one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
Well, that's. You're very, very welcome. And thank you for being such a good girl.
Yeah, this house really packages it. Wait a second, did the elves copy Mommy's old box? Because this was the tape that was on it.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? They might have.
They recycle, Christy.
Yeah. Get it? Got it?
Yeah.
So now you gotta get. Oh boy, it's really big. Those elves did a good job, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you want to get this. Flip it over, flip it back the other way. Maybe you want to take with this, open this side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I got the box for you. Go ahead and rip that tape off. Oh, almost. Get that. Oh, there you go. Mommy's got some help there. I think there's one more down here. Get yourself. Okay. Let's see what's in there.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
Well, you're welcome. We had to have you be a hit at the job fair tomorrow.
Wow.
So that's sort of like what Dad wears,
Look at that.
huh?
Wow. Wait,
Wow.
and it even comes with the real radio? Whoa, I can get a radio, Daddy.
Yeah, how about that, sweetheart?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that right there. Radio. Okay.
And the bell.
Wow.
And then you probably could put your radio in that little pocket there thing. You think?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to go in there.
Why don't you try that hat on?
I know. This is like so awesome. Santa Claus, I actually thought that you were Aunt Susie coming through the door.
Who did you think I was? Aunt Susie.
Aunt Susie.
Oh.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Is there another one for that?
Yeah, this is for.
Well, you know how to do it, don't you?
Yeah, I just figured out which one's gold.
Ah, okay.
Which
Oh,
one's
isn't that cool?
Whoa, handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
That's when they get out of control, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta subdue them.
Cool. Where do these actually really go?
Oh, look, and they got keys too for 'em.
Wow.
Opens them up.
Awesome. Now I could put Daddy in here.
Oh! Ho, 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 ho.
My dad will be like, what? Whoa!
Look at
Oh,
a badge.
badge.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wait, I'm gonna try to blow this thing.
That's for directing traffic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, for help.
Yeah.
These don't really done that.
That I think goes around your probably around your neck.
Yeah, it is. Wait,
You
can
just have to
untie
you
it?
smell.
Yeah, I think it is. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a
Well, you
minute.
know what? These gloves just are not really meant for untying.
Maybe you could take them off.
Oh,
Okay.
That's all right. We'll
Well,
get them
thank you.
later. You gotta pull the rest off, Christy.
Yeah, you got
I
one there?
know.
I'll take them off for you.
Wow, isn't that neat?
Wow.
And it even comes with the pants.
Whoa.
Says police officer.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
You're welcome.
Whoa, this hat.
What are all the
Yeah.
kids gonna think?
Well, I think it will.
I think it's
Maybe it adjusts in the back. Oh, it does. Here, it adjusts in the back, so we'll make it
Santa
littler.
Claus. Do you
It
think?
might be a
Do
little
you know
overrated.
this is Lewis's kid?
Huh?